Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today Connect is not here because he's feeling sick, but Luke, all the way, is here. Luke, it was a tough night at the ETIHAD for Villa, and I've got to say, Aston Villa, not to be toxic and negative, because we played well. I've got to give credit where it's due. We played well in the second half. First half was abysmal. Aston Villa was toothless. They were very sad to look at Aston Villa, I can't lie.
Yeah, I'm surprised because if Villa's best win would have been going on the attack rather than playing. Like, obviously, on the counter attack, they're great. We know that. But I don't get Emery's reluctance to not play Rashford and Watkins together. Because I think, I said against PSG, that would have probably gotten the win 2 goals needed for that. But because they replaced Rashford with Watkins rather than putting Rashford on the left and putting Watkins right up front to say, right, go have a go at Marquinhos, who's knackered. He can do that, Watkins, he can do that. He probably would have got a goal. But the thing, I know it's not necessarily guaranteeing football, but you have more chance of getting a winning goal in a game like momentum your way. If you put on another striker on to go for the win. But I don't know. Look, for me personally, I like Villa. I family who are Aston Villa fans, so obviously it's the same in Newcastle. So I like seeing them do well anyway. Obviously, apart from against us anyway. But I think for me, they're probably one of the most formed teams in Europe the past few weeks anyway. But they're doing really well on current form. So I was expecting a much harder game, but I was surprised. I thought City did pretty well actually for most of this game. Obviously, the penalty sub was annoying, but it's a penalty. We can't do anyone, unfortunately. But for Villa, yeah, I was surprised at how Villa were really. It was weird.
Yeah, what I was surprised about most with Villa is how they tried to play on the counter, like against us. And I know that teams have had success on the counter against Man City, but like, come on, Aston Villa with that midfield, you could have played around us. Villa is a good team counter-attacking. Ollie Watkins on the bench was surprising as well, I think. Because Ollie Watkins, he tends to score in bigger games. I mean, fair enough, they got 1-1. I think that penalty was soft, but that's modern football. They'll always give that nowadays. 20 years ago, they don't give that. My problem is not referee. I think referee made the correct decision. My problem is actual rules. But by the modern rules, okay, it's a penalty. Fair enough. That's about all they did. Like, even when we played board, because we played board, Villa did nothing. And that's just how I see Villa in away games. And it's not the first away game I've watched from Villa and they're like completely toothless. Aston Villa, when they're away from home, they just don't play. They don't play, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's confidence or if these players are suffering from small club syndrome, as someone in chat said. But it's toothless, and they need to come out a bit stronger, I think. They didn't. I appreciate that because I think that's top 5 confirmed for us. We beat Wolves, we beat Southampton, probably beat Bournemouth. So with those 3 wins, it's depending on other results, it's probably top 5 already.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think for me, the resilience of the team was for me important. I think both of us can really see it, that we're actually getting much more mentally stronger again. I'm not saying we've got mentality monsters, we're back with the beer facts. That's a while before we get that again. But again, it's baby steps. You got to build the confidence in the team first. Then you got to get Haaland back and Rodri to get the goal score and the goals banging again. Because I think with that, it will get better. And I want to give props to Doku, by the way, came on. I feel like, look, you and me are very critical of Doku. You're not like both think he's got ability on him and he's got the pace and power to do it. But it just, at times he's not consistent with it. And
he is consistent though. But here's the thing, he's consistently too erratic. And what he did today was erratic, but sometimes you need erratic. So what we needed in that moment, it was erratic, into the box, high tempo, everything. What Doku fails at is to slow down, sometimes before the pass, like what they call La Pausa in Spain. That's what Doku lacks. And there's always the argument, can you train that, or is that an inherent trait? My opinion is, it just depends on if the player is smart enough. Like, the player can develop it if they're intelligent enough. Doku, I think what Doku is better at is coming off the bench against start tracks where he can just be erratic and get in a result. anyways.
Yeah.
Like, if you're playing against side selects and you're just instantly going full pace constantly, at some point your opponent is going to make a mistake and you're going to win. In chess, not to make chess comparisons again, but in chess, the grandmasters, that's the highest title you can hold in chess, don't always play the best move. They will intentionally play moves that they know what works because they think it's a move that can force your opponent to make a mistake because it's a difficult position to figure out. So sometimes you have to do something that forces your opponent to make a mistake. And that's how you win games. You don't win a game of football if both sides play perfectly. A perfect game of football ends 0-0 because you don't concede any space to score, to concede with. So you need to force those mistakes. And what Doku does is he doesn't force the mistakes. He gets into the positions and then he's too erratic. He doesn't allow the opposition team to make a mistake. He just goes ahead and plays the pass before they make a mistake. And that is why I think when you have Doku against side selects, he's a lot better. Because your opponent is making mistakes simply by being tired. Doku will get into those positions because he's just that good when into getting into those positions. And then he'll finally get a good ball. The assist, by the way, that was fucking nasty. That was a nasty assist, wasn't it?
That was
yeah, go on.
Yeah, that was a De Bruyne-esque assist. That was. I mean, the way that he got on the ball, drove at the RC and went past him, and then the great outside the foot pass on the other way as well. I mean, to do that as well, it's actually quite hard to do what he's done there because I know it's actually in that moment of the game where it's important, it's crucial to get past on the rapid speed that he's in, then get the pass on the floor outside of his foot right into Nunez's path is brilliant. It's probably one of the best passes of the season for me. I think in that moment of the game, it sounds like I'm body glazing here, but being genuinely serious here, that he needs to do what he's done there. If he can do that consistently, we will get a winger. He's probably one of the best in the league, maybe in the world, doing that. But again, he's got to work on that every game. As I said before, Doku can make it here and be a great player for us in the long term, but we've got to be more output. Like Savinho, both are very young, by the way. I've got many more years ahead of them to go. I'm fine giving them the time for it, but they've got to start showing a bit of consistency when they can. I'm not asking for Gina every game. I'm asking for good performances every game because Gina comes with that. I think you're on mute, brother.
Sorry. Savinho will get that output though, because Savinho, he gets the assists. He doesn't get the goals yet. He's our top assist at the moment.
Yeah.
But he already gets the assists. And that's because he's able to pause and observe what's happening and then make the decision. Whereas Doku, again, doesn't do that. But Savinho and Doku both lack a bit of scoring ability. Sure, Doku will score from distance once in a while, fair. But he's not scoring from outside of the box consistently. Like, not a lot of players do that. And it's not fair to ask that of a player either. So Doku, he needs to get better in those one-on-ones and those side duels and those just finishing in general, anything finishing really. And Doku, I mean, it's always a debate: can Doku become better at this? And at the moment, I just prefer him off the bench. I think that's when he's best. Luke, why was you happy that Antwerp scored? I don't think Luke had any opinion on that, but you can go ahead and answer that.
I don't know. Was it in the stream? Was it in the stream?
That was the stream that Antwerp and Genk drew.
I don't even remember, bro. I'm not returning an answer for that. I just don't know. I don't know, bro. I'll be real with you.
Luke, what do you think of Simmons Boise?
Is that Jamie Simmons? Or was it someone else? Again, I'm not sure.
No, let me look that up.
Yeah.
Boise. I literally can't find anyone. Okay. I don't know who Wemz means. Where are the friends of the country, the previous gang in Egypt? I don't have any Egyptian friends to bring onto the channel, but don't go out and say bad words. We've gone over this before, haven't we? Your breath smells so bad and it stinks. Big up to you,
don't.
Rodri. Don't be rude, Rodri. We've been over this. Because I think this guy is a teenager, because sometimes he's chill, sometimes he's erratic, you know what I'm saying? That's like teenager behavior. We will get words right. Yeah, I think we're both confident in words.
Yeah, we are, but I think both of us just aren't really thinking about that yet. I'm obviously it's the back of my mind, but I'm not really worried about transfers yet until we get to like the end of the season. Like, we still got Forest to go on Sunday. I'll be at game Sunday, so I want to get through one game at a time before I'm worried about transfer window. Obviously it's there, but I'm not gonna be sitting thinking, oh, I'm watching Verts news, because at the end of the day, right, we won't get much Verts news until at least end of May anyway. So the best we can really do is just get on with the rest of the games. I'd say before we start worrying about transfers.
By the way, Wim meant Simpson Pussy, the number 66.
Oh, Simpson Pussy.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Right, I like him as a player. I think he's a good player, but I don't think he's ready for City yet. And that's not. I'm not saying.
I don't think he'll ever be a City player, considering the amount of centre backs we have.
But it'd be a good player as well, though. It'd be a good player as well. I think he's got a lot of talent, by the way. He's like Howard Dallas. Both very good players, but not quite good enough for City, and probably won't make it at the top of the game. But again, I'm assuming here. For all I know, I could be wrong. But for what we've got right now with ETIHAD as well and Juma Bar, he ain't getting over them. So I think he'll be out the door on somewhere, I reckon. What the season after?
I think he'll probably go on loan once, and then he'll probably get sold off somewhere. What about Diogo Costa? Diogo Costa, there's news about getting him, but I mean, the fan base is at 7-1 already. He's not even here yet.
It's not even clear news yet, is it? I mean, this as well. I'm not saying it's all bad, but I know he's pretty good at getting stuff right anyway. But it's one source. We don't know from Jack Gore yet. We don't know from Sammy, the ones that are the club based. That's what I'm not saying. I don't believe anyone else. They usually, obviously, float us with rumors, but I believe there's something in that. But I'm gonna wait till I see a bit more news before I start believing it. But again, it would probably if it is Costa, as keeper that we're looking for to replace Edison. But it's still a bit early right now.
You know what this though, yeah? You know what it is. People say wait, smoke gets fired, but that ain't true. Because you can have a smoke screen. And sometimes, a journalist will see something random. Like, one time someone will talk, like a Man City representative will one day talk with some random person. Okay, immediately. Yes?
Check the chat. Another troll.
Oh. YouTube employee.
Yeah, that's definitely not.
I won't ban him yet. Well, Luke, keep on top. Be nice. I won't ban him yet because
no.
Do stuff.
We always give chances, but it's like, come on, man, what are we doing now?
So but as I said, sometimes you have smoke screens. Sometimes, Man City representatives will talk to someone in Porto, and these it can be nothing related to transfers, and these journalists will pick that and they'll say they're in compensation for the Diogo Costa, even though it had nothing to do with that. Look at Echeverri's story. Echeverri was in Rome, and he went to a restaurant there, and he was in Rome for the family. And they saw him in Rome in a restaurant, and they made an entire story of his being loaned out to Fiorentina, even though it had no validity to it. So, Man City did not really care to debunk that. They only came in to say it's not true, because Echeverri was starting to get harassed over it. That's the only reason or because Pep was getting harassed over not playing Echeverri. That's the only reason they came out and said, bro, he's not going to Fiorentina. Like, these journalists will absolutely make things up. Man needs to change his name desperately. That name is dead, by the way. Like, no offense. Stop being weird. Sorry. Big up. But don't bully me. No, we're not bullying.
Don't bully, bro.
What do you do? Sorry, that's difficult. What do you do? KW, they're gonna win. Wait, what? What do you do? What do you think? Okay, sorry. What do you think we are going to win next season, providing we make the right signings? I would be happy. I would be happy if we could get second place and a cup. Just second place and a cup. That is improvement. Now I think we can do more, and that does mean we should go for second place. By the way, I think we can do more, depending on the signings, depending on what the rest of the Premier League does. Listen, if Liverpool don't make any signings, or not enough at the very least, and Arsenal don't get a striker, there is a chance we win the league, assuming we do the right signings. But it depends on what other teams around you do, right? So, my answer is more so dependent on what Liverpool does and what we do, because I already think that we're going to get the best signings we can. Yeah, please keep stuff on topic. Any news on Words? No real new news yet that I know of, I think.
Isn't really worth going into, really. I mean, it's a lot of it's speculation right now.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna time this guy out to start.
Yeah,
We'll start with our timeouts. Let's be chill today. Let's be chill.
It's today. It's a bit like weird. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Terrible. We start with our timeouts. Terrible. Right. So, Villa. I think that's to talk about. Everyone's talked about Villa already on their own channel, but Nottingham Forest in the FA Cup. Now, I've predicted for a while that we'll beat Nottingham Forest in the FA Cup semis. So, I'll go with 2-1 in there. First of all, I put out a poll on my Twitter, I don't know if you saw it, pretty much asking, why do you think Nico Gonzalez didn't play? The poll won with people saying he was rested for this game, which, I mean, that's all speculation, let's be honest. But that is my opinion as well. He was rested for in the Aston Villa game for this game against Nottingham Forest. What's your take on, first of all, Forest, and then on what I just said?
Yeah, no, I think for me the game on Sunday, obviously it's gonna be a difficult one. I think it's a bigger pitch, so we'll have a bit more room to go on the attack. Obviously, more this time I reckon than compared to the Forest game. Obviously, if it was March Forest game, yes, that was about a month ago. So I'm feeling more confident than I was a few weeks ago, but I think the good news is that Haaland's almost back from injury. Obviously, Edison's potentially. I doubt it will start. I imagine probably Ortega probably playing on Sunday, but the fact that Edison's almost fit is good. I think it's just a bit of positivity that we've got a little bit of players back from injury. We've got a bit more squad depth now, but obviously it's annoying about Bob being injured again. It's really frustrating because it's like you just can't get a break right now. Look, I'm not saying he's finished. I think he'll get there with it. I think all want to see him back on the team again. You know, he just came on and it looked really good. So yeah. So hopefully.
Out eating chicken nuggets, yes.
I'm gonna go 3-1 City. I think it'll be a bit more of it'll be a close game, but I think we'll probably get 8 goals in the end and get the result. I think Marmoush will probably score. So I think he's playing really well at the moment.
Do you think Haaland will be on the bench already?
No. If he is, I'll be surprised. I think if I'm Pep, you don't want Ryan Yates or any of those tall defenders putting a leg in him because they will. They'll do it because I know he's not at his best yet. I'd rather him be rested for Wolves this week than playing in this kind of game.
I personally would want him to come off the bench against Southampton because Southampton, they're not really playing for anything, let's be honest. They're done, they're exhausted. They play with low intensity anyway, so Southampton, put Haaland on for like 5-10 minutes maybe. Let him get back and forth. First of all, way more rested, and second of all, against defenders that aren't really going to do the same, when they're probably already losing by quite a bit. Yeah, this guy, I think he's in control glazing you, so bye-bye.
Yeah, look, I'm not.
I almost said that as a moderator. That'll
me personally, Ralph, like you yourself, right?
Yeah.
I've always said I'm fine with people being given compliments and that. It's just a little bit weird. Like I'm not like as much as I appreciate people being nice, it doesn't really look.
There's a difference between being nice and glazing.
Yeah.
Especially with all the trolls we've had recently, like we know they make a bunch of alternate accounts and they comment. So yeah, it's suspicious behavior.
It's a lot right now. It's people being weird. It'll pass eventually. It'll pass. You know.
Why are you lowering the standards? We already. Not already. Get words. kan Biasso,
Yeah.
Frimpong, Bleingers, Costa. You think we're getting all of that? Like,
Nah,
let's
we
be, I
won't.
think we'll get some of that, but all of that?
Frimpong's a questionable Frimpong because there's rumours, yes, but it's not as clear cut.
When's the last time there's been rumors about Frimpong, so?
It's been about a year, I'd say. So I think Cambias has happened. Well, even that's run quite recently. So
Yeah.
I think, but look, the problem is right now we're all speculating. It's not again. We all know that Viana's in for players right now. He is, and so is Cheeky. We've got to give him time to get things done. I doubt look. We might get a bit of news. I may, possibly, but we're not going to hear much right now. So if anyone what about trans right now, I think, you know what, it's cool. Speculate if you want to, but I'm leaving my rebuild videos and streams towards the end of May because I'm still not sure what's going on. Obviously, I know Alpha. Obviously, you're doing much talking right now because of what you can see, but even you're the same. Like, we can't speculate right now. It's just a case of like just waiting around to see what happens.
What I'm just doing is debunking a lot of this fake news going around, and these articles are absolute bullshit. We will win a lot. Don't lower standards and underestimate us for being a happy clapper. But you think I'm a happy clapper?
Also, happy clapper. That will be a new one.
Pep Guardiola getting Pep outshouts by happy clappers, you know. Wild. Alf giving out mod to everyone. Yeah, I almost gave mods to that YouTube moderated guy instead of banning him. Maybe not all. Yeah, we probably won't get all. Cambiasso, Words, and Costa from those.
The thing is, right,
Words is only one of those that I rate personally, to be honest.
The standards, right, by the way, right? But for me, they never changed. But I'm just going off what I've seen this season. Look, you can get angry all you want at the world and the war, but we can't change anything right now. What we can do is judge the club fully on this summer coming up. If they get it wrong this summer, then yeah, I'm going in on them. But I'm giving them time to rectify the mistakes. And so far, what I'm hearing, they're doing that. How that's actually being in January and being right now. We've got time. I've got to give them time to at least turn. And then next season for me will be the blueprint to see where we are. Again, I'm not asking for everything. Everything next year. I'm asking to compete everything next year. You can't win everything every year. You just can't.
You've seen the thing from Bernardo Silva. You've seen the thing from Bernardo Silva, his interview.
Yeah, I agree. He's spot on. He's spot on. It's not. They know it's not the best season, but if they get a cup in second place, I know we'll take it after a bad season we've had.
Yeah, 1 second. I'll put it up. There you go. So. Ben live. Hadden? Nee, het is goed. My apologies, it's my account. Vedan, kom hij keer in. Vedan, kom hij keer in. Op de livestream, ready. Het spreekt Engels, come on. He just had surgery to his, what is the English word? Wisdom teeth? Is that what you call it in English?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay, it's the same word. So, yeah. He's also the Bruges fan, so what's the last time you saw your team win? A long time ago. It's a long time ago. You know what's funny? Cercle Bruges has not won a derby in literal years, but they're like doing the gimmick of like biggest club in the city, but tough times and tough times. He's also kind of a Man City fan. It's like when Man City wins. You get it?
It could be worse. It could be United fan. I don't know what depression that is. Ultimate United fan and no.
Wat denk je van City seizoen?
Also get better soon. Also get better soon as well. I know that ain't easy going for that. So
shit. There you go. Even my cousin thinks City season is shit, and he's a relegation club fan. Even he's getting angry.
Ain't wrong.
Are you shirt in the text man, brother?
He said he's gonna put my shirt on fire.
What?
Which one? Nee. Al twee?
Ja.
Hier dan. Oh yeah, we need million.
Okay.
He said he's gonna put both of them on fire. My apologies, I
Okay.
keep getting interrupted.
Boo.
Violence. Violence, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, words. Sorry, shouting at the moon stuff. I was supposed to read that first. Yeah, it's shouting at the moon, isn't it, Luke? Like, you can get angry about a lot of this stuff, but like,
It's
not
not
going
going to
to change the situation of the club. But like,
No.
what I'm getting upset about at the moment is the performances, the stuff that Pep does. But like the players are who they are, isn't it? Like we can't change that. But yeah, read that if you like in chat, because I'm just gonna say it. I've been saying this since like Feyenoord, but like when a player says it, it's like, oh, we respect the player, so he's right. But when someone random on YouTube says it, it's like, why are you being negative? And I get it on one side because people don't know you. At the other side, people don't know you, and it's so quick to say, oh, you're unbalanced because you don't think the season has been around. Because I see people rating the season 4 out of 10, and then I see other people rating the season 8 out of 10. If we win a trophy, it's an 8 out of 10, and I'm like, okay.
I'm giving it.
We can disagree, but
6.5.
Yeah,
That at best, like, yeah.
I think if you win the FA Cup and we get fourth, that this season is a 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10, even if we win the FA Cup and finish fourth, because Bernardo Silva says it. Bernardo Silva says it perfectly here, in my opinion. It's not about winning the Premier League every season, because you can't. You can lose the Premier League, as Silva says, but it's about fighting for it. And Silva, I'm literally taking Silva's words here. We did not fight for it, and I've said that for a while now. We did not even give it a try. We were just lethargic. The manager was doing weirdness at the halfway point of the season. Players were clearly not up for it. Walking out instead of applauding to away fans, by the way, which caused a lot of anger in the early point of the season. Then it's the ticket prices and everything, but well, let's not talk about that again. It's getting dull.
Yeah, that old chestnut. Look, I mean, I'm going into that a lot more, but let's be real, right? That's the issue there. We know that, and hopefully it gets sorted out in the long run. But I'm not expecting that to get short. Because from what people have been saying today, obviously we've got the season ticket renewals today. I mean, the club just look. I said before, we'll move on. They've got to increase the actual protests from what they're doing right now. If you want to make change, you got to look. I'm all behind whatever they do. I'm with them, but we've got to do more.
You see the tifos, by the way. You see the tifos, by the way. Okay, go.
So I know it's easy me saying that from the comfort of my own room, but even if I was going to the game, I want to ask for more as well. Because the reality is, if you want to make a real difference, you've actually got to make it be seen and make it last longer than what you. That's me anyway. But yeah.
You see the tifos in the Belgian league, in the German league, in La Liga even. The clubs literally set up tifos. Like the clubs prepared tifos. The clubs prepared stuff for ambience. They prepared drums. They prepared tifos. They prepared chants and stuff. Like they actually do stuff to prepare fans for stuff. They play "You Never Walk Alone" before the game or something. And fair enough, Man City plays Blue Moon. Okay, fair enough, but like it's like doing bare minimum, right? So other clubs in other countries are doing a lot more to actually build the ambience, and they charge way less, which is just. I made a joke on Twitter, and a lot of people just sent me hate for that. I said Man City needs to lower the ticket prices if they managed to get to the round of 16 like Club Brugge did to celebrate the achievements. A lot of people weren't happy about that.
Some people, bro, are just this season has been all on each other, and literally, in just fan, mate, it's great as well, mate. Just take things so seriously, like calling each other out of weird reasons, questioning support. Like, what are we doing? Like, it's opinion. At the end of the day, right? It's all about having an opinion. You have to agree with it. But it's all about it's how it should be. You got people that are questioning you over why you support a team. Oh, your team's really supported me or whatever. Who cares?
You want to know something more ridiculous, bro? I said I want Man City to win the Club World Cup, not because I care about it, but because I want to have another trophy so that we can say we're a bigger club than Arsenal, because we're one away from matching their trophy cabinet. And someone said that's the wrong reason to support the club and block me. Like,
some people get offended by everything, right? You have to find it's the older fans as well. It's not all the by the way. Most of them are really good. I met a lot of people at games and they're great. And you have great stories. It's not you guys at all. It's the ones that get, and it's just more younger as well. People get offended at the slightest thing you say they don't like. They block you for it. Without even talking to you, they block you. It's like what? What's the point? What's the point of having a conversation or having a debate if you can't be bothered? And there's always people that comment on your stuff when they agree with it. Never when you actually agree with it. There for that, they look for the rage bit. They look for the negative views. They thrive on it, as LB said earlier on today in one of the streams. People thrive on hate what they do about positivity. It's weird.
Yeah, I couldn't check out the LB streams today because I was at uni all day, which is why I'm fucking tired again. But oh well. It's the end of the year, and it's university. I don't know why they do this in university. They will have like in the first half of the year, everything will be like chill. You'll have like one exam in like 3 months, and then like okay, chill. Then at the end of the year, oh yeah, now do everything at once. Like bro, can you not space this shit out? Like bro, uni is weird, man. Madrid are reluctant to spend a lot of money in the summer.
No,
I haven't seen that.
They are.
I haven't seen
They
that.
are.
They're not getting words. There we go. Coming to us.
They're not getting votes anyway. I'm sorry, right? If you're Florian Wirtz, right? Yes, they're Madrid. Yes, I get it. But be serious here. Why would you want to go to Madrid right now? Of all, yes, you might start alongside Bellingham, but you're also in a team with Mbappe, Vini, and Rodrigo, and it's out of control. Look at this season. He's better off going to a City to be one of the main men. I'm not. Look, obviously, he would be the best player. He'd be obviously in a pecking order, like third or fourth player down.
No,
but he won't.
You know what I think the problem is at Real Madrid right now? Real Madrid have always been a galactical team. Let's be honest. They've always been a galactical team. But the current problem at Madrid is the Galacticos are replacing each other. They're just coming into the same positions and they're replacing each other. Wirtz is coming in to replace Arda Güler. Who's to say Wirtz will not get replaced? A lot of players right now, a lot of Galacticos look at Real Madrid and they say, well, if Vini and Rodrigo right now, 2 of the best wingers in the world, are getting competition from Mbappe and looking at getting fucked off, why should I go there and say, yeah, that won't happen to me? A lot of players need to realize right now, Real Madrid has not been well run in the past 2 years, which is insane because they've been best run world in the club in the world for probably 60 years, 50, 60 years. I saw that deleting tweets with frauds. Rosa. I got a death threat over that tweet because someone said, go back, someone DM'd me and said, go back to Bruges so I can kill you there. And I was like, Jesus Christ, that's weird. And then I deleted that tweet and I retweeted it without insults to Man City. Wild, isn't it? A death threat over that. Like,
I don't care. Look, at the end of the day, right, opinions are opinions and fair play to you. But if you start being abusive of other people, right, you start questioning their loyalty of a club because they don't like you for some weird reason, right? I mean, I keep saying it, but I keep mentioning it. It's weird. End of the day, right, I'm just one person to support it. It's because I'm out there in the open. If I was someone who was on YouTube, by the way, no one would at all. No one would care whatsoever because I put my voice out there, like you do, Alf. You're in the public spotlight, and you get crucified for it. It's kind of like the negative about being a content creator. Sadly, it's sad. But look, obviously you have them people be assholes, block them off, and don't block because some people will have a chat with you about it. Different. It's like Martin. Martin doesn't always agree with what we see. Martin is respectful enough to have a chat about it and have a chat about football time, just what we want. I don't want them to agree with me because it'd be boring. That's my point of view, but don't be an arsehole about it.
I agree.
That's simple.
Goldry in chat doesn't agree with us, but he's being respectful with it.
He is. Big up.
I think that I think next season we will win the Champions League. You know what? I think we have more chance of Champions League than the Premier League. You know why I think so? Champions League, you don't need to be good. You just need to be there on the moment.
Consistently there and
yeah. And I think next season we won't be at the level yet that we need to be to win the Premier League. And I think Pep knows that. So I think we'll put our eggs in the Champions League basket. Like, get top 4 comfortably in Premier League, which, if we're good, we can do that comfortably, by the way. And go in for the Champions League. Because I think right now, what do a lot of people say about Pep Guardiola at Man City?
Well, a lot of people say that we're more better. Well, when we're on it, we're better in the league than we are in the Champions League anyway. And I know one of UCL treble season, but that's because we actually had the squad overall to get it over the line.
Yeah. But a lot of people say Man City have underperformed in Europe. A lot of people say that. So right now, like I think the competitions to go for are the Carabao Cup and Champions League. Of course, compete on all fronts. Don't throw any away. Don't throw anything away. But you've always got to be realistic with your expectations. Champions League, if you can beat it on the day, you can win it. Premier League, you've got to be there every day. So that's the difference. And if we're not able to completely rebuild, which we'll see how well we can rebuild next season. If we're not able to completely rebuild, I'd rather we go in strong for Champions League and Carabao Cup than we go in strong for the Premier League and we end it strokeless, right? Like, being strategic is important. And that's why Arteta has yet to win anything, by the way, because he's a great tactician. People don't give credit to his tactics, but he's a terrible strategist. And the difference is, strategy is the ground view of your season. What are you going to do over the course of a season? Where are you going to put in most of your efforts? When are you going to rotate rest players? When are you going to be able to play a more easy game? When are you going to start going full throttle? When are you going to play slowly? Like, that is strategy. Tactics is what you do in the game itself. Arteta is a great tactician, but his strategy is so poor. His transfer strategy, his season overall strategy, and that's why he's not won anything. And there's a lot of people out there, and that doesn't just get limited to football, who are great at tactics but terrible at strategy. So strategy is important, and we've had poor strategy over the last few seasons, which has contributed to what we're now saying here, with a terrible transfer strategy as well. And then we get into these squad problems.
Yeah, exactly. Now, well, the thing is with Arsenal, right, especially this season, right, I mean, credit Arteta where it's due. In pushing against Real Madrid, he outdid Carlo twice. Because they didn't do it. He beat Arsenal were better than Madrid of 2 legs. I
agree.
The thing is, PSG will be a harder game for them because PSG, Enrique's better manager right now. Well, I know that's Carlo's a good manager career-wise, but this season Enrique's been better than this season. I think PSG had gone there and lost in the group stage, but that was a PSG team that was a lot different to where they are now. A very different PSG team. I think PSG now will go there. I think they'll go for a draw at the Emirates. If they can get like a 1-1 or 0-0, go back to Paris with them behind them, they'll win it easily. I think.
Yeah, I agree. I think Arsenal will. I think Arsenal, even if they pass by PSG, like regardless of who passes PSG or Arsenal, I think the final is being played on the other side of the bracket, if you get what I mean. I think whoever wins between Inter or Barca is winning it. They just look so much stronger than the rest of Europe, don't they? Though, to be fair, Inter held 3-0 yesterday or the day before that.
Yeah, AC Milan, of all teams, AC Milan being 3-0.
And that's the second time they've beaten Inter in a cup competition.
The thing is, season. Mate, like, being real, all 4 teams aren't necessarily invincible, are they? They're not. Like, Arsenal haven't been perfect.
I think Barcelona is the best team because they're coming in form right at the end of the season, like Man City used to. I mean, even right now, Man City is picking up better form at the end of the season. So they're coming into form at the right moment. So I actually think that there will be a treble winner this season. I think Barcelona or PSG, one or the other, will go get a treble. Yeah, not Inter, they can't do it anymore. I think Barcelona, by the way, Rafinha it gets so disrespected by people who clearly don't watch him because
It's
people think
unbelievable, mate.
because I watch La Liga, yeah. People think that he's just being great because of his GA. Bro, the Dortmund game where he didn't get any GA was clearly the best player on the pitch, but people don't talk about it because no GA. And he didn't win a man of the match because no GA. But he's been incredible all season. GA has improved formidably, but the rest of his game has also improved a lot. Favorites Champions League this season and next season. Well, I'll go Barca. What do you think?
This season, I think it's probably going to be Barcelona. I just feel like for me, Yamal against Arsenal right now would destroy Timber. He would. Like, all fans can say what they want, right? But we beat Madrid. Madrid are terrible this season. They're terrible. And they beat us because we're terrible. We're worse. Well, we were worse then. City now will probably do a lot better now. I'm not saying we win the tie. We might actually make it a much more closer this time than we'd do in February. Because I mean, right now we're better at the back now than we were beforehand. Vardy and Diaz have been great together. Going forward, we're getting there. It's not quite flowing yet, but we're getting the goals more now and over the line when we need to. I think when Haaland's back in this team, brilliant. More goals in the team. I think next season will be a lot better for us going forward. I think next season will be a lot better. Next season than this year, I think it's going to get miles better, I reckon. But I think it's just now down to getting the right players in to fit around them. But if I'm going for a favourite this season, it's a Barcelona right now, 100%.
Yeah. Next season, I don't like doing this stuff for next season because there's no transfer window. I like to make these predictions after the transfer window.
Yeah, we'll do it in August. Not now. I'm doing it now.
But
so I need to see. Yeah.
But I'm going to take the piss here. I'm going to take the piss.
You always do.
It's
when they have to get there. They're in the quarterfinals now. I don't know what to do anymore. It's safe. If they want it, I'm like, what?
Imagine Club Brugge actually goes on and wins it next season. I have to clip ready. I'm cooking.
Your streams will get views, bro. We get every game. We like people winning again. Bruges fan reaction.
I'm pretty much the only Bruges fan on YouTube, by the way.
I mean, even this year, you probably had to get to the last 16. I mean, obviously, you lost to Villa, but I mean, I thought you actually played pretty well this year. I just think in the end, obviously, the quality of Villa at times was just better than the work against Atlanta, weirdly enough. But yeah,
I don't really think so. I think Club Brugge just has this thing with Nicky Hayen, where we sometimes just have that small club syndrome. Where we just sometimes we can outplay somebody, but we get scared and then we just fall back. And like you can tell with the younger players at Club Brugge always. It's always them who start to fuck up first because they can't handle the pressure. And listen, it doesn't matter what club you play for. Like if you are, let's say Joaquin Seys, you put Joaquin Seys next to Guardiola and Diaz. He will have a lot more confidence playing against Aston Villa than he will when he's next to, no offense to Donetsk and Mechelen, but you don't know who I just said. You don't know the names I just said. So no offense to them.
I know Mechelen. I do know you're right about.
Yeah, but these are the players that are nowhere near the same quality as treble winners. Guardiola wasn't a treble winner, but you get the point, right? So
yeah, well. I think for me, right, I mean, especially on the side, I think Nunez for me, like, here's a question for you, right, in the chat. Would you sell Nunez in the summer still?
Yes.
Would you keep him for another year? Yes. I'm the same. Like, I'll be playing well. He's playing well right now. I'm big up to him. He's playing well. Credit where it's due. Everton did very well, and Gallagher as well. He's playing well, but he's not a right back. He won't be a right back next season. And is he good enough in the midfield? No. So you can't just play around because it's the vibe. We need to have a squad who can play. Like, obviously, like, O'Reilly for me is a good.
You remember Gabriel Jesus? Pep refused to play him in striker. Matthijs Nunes is the same. Pep refuses to play him in midfield. He'll do anything to play him in midfield. Nunez
good
can stay
Nunez-
as a backup, but not as a starter. Other players have to go first. Yeah, but other players are already leaving. Other players are already leaving, though.
Yeah,
De
golf,
Bruyne is
brother,
already
so
out.
as well. Yeah.
Bernardo is out already. Grealish is already looking at a few options to leave
He's
as
out.
well.
He's gone.
Yeah. We will be lucky if we get 30 million for Grealish, let's be honest. The way his reputation has been ruined. Actually, maybe English tax will raise it up a bit, but like...
I'll be real. I feel sorry for him because he's not a bad player at all. He really isn't. He's actually a very good player. The problem is not our level, which is fine. But we watched him. We know how good he can really be. He can be one of the best players in the league at times. When he's on form. The problem that's not good enough for us anymore. It was like 5 years ago. He was one of the best players in the team, but he's not because the team now is different where it was years ago. And I think it's just unfortunately that transfer for me didn't work out. That's how it did. Treble year, that's fine, but for the value of money we got him for, one season is not enough. It's not enough. Even that once a year, it's not enough. We need a consistent output over the years, and £100 million isn't enough, sadly.
Oliver, you catfished me. You catfished me, Oliver.
Yeah, Bolly.
He said. I think I said this backstage. I'm not sure if I said it on stream. Oliver sent me a link of a Florian Words article from a City Extra parody account, saying that he had like a great terms or something like that with like Bayern München. And I told Oliver, okay, yeah, because I was on the train. I was on the train back then. I said, yeah, I'm going live the moment I get home. I get home, I turn on my PC, I open this shit, and I'm like, this is a fake article. This man gaslighting me over here. I was out there in a panic, trying to get home as quickly as possible. Man is gaslighting me, you know. They all splashed 100 million on a bench holder. Yeah. Does still Tausani working out for you guys? Worked out a bit for us.
Oh yeah, Leroy Sané.
Sometimes players just move and it doesn't work out as well. Like Sané is an example now.
Leroy's a weird one, man, because he gets the whole world, mate, in his hands. But it's the thing, look, and that's still. I'm not gonna go at Bayern, by the way. I like Bayern, but for me, the issue with Bayern is that someone like Wirtz, he won't go to Bayern because you have Musiala. Why do you want to be another fixture player? They want to be that actually is going to be playing in that 10th position. And I think with Musiala already there as opposed to Boy, I know we have Foden, but Wirtz isn't the same as Foden. They're very different players. They both can offer different things. I think Wirtz from right now is for me going to be a good place for Kevin De Bruyne. I just don't. I think Bayern right now, especially with Muller leaving as well, they need to look ahead to what's next. Obviously, Harry is not well up there. Despite getting like 70%, 80 goals now for Bayern now, something like that. He's like, he's almost roughly, but.
And they're looking for a striker, by the way. I think they'll get Vlahovic one season where game, and then they'll say, okay, thank you, Harold. And then they'll let him go. By the way, Harry Kane, what is more impressive? Winning the treble, the sextuple, or lifting the Harry Kane curse? What's more impressive? They got that man to win a trophy.
They're like hopping over the line right now because Leverkusen are that bad this year. Like, Drong St. Pauli won one. Like, Leverkusen for me, right? If they were better than, if they were as good as they were last year, or anywhere near as consistent, I think we're sure right now. But because Leverkusen have just fallen off this year, and Dortmund have massively fallen off this year, Christ, bloody hell, Dortmund have been awful this year. Apart from I think Bayern wouldn't be winning anything this year anyway. But I think the fact that they've got just the least shit team for them to win the league, which is fair enough.
You know what?
Weirdly, mate. Liverpool is that same. Liverpool exact same with enough for that one.
Yeah, you know what though? I think the company is getting disrespected a lot right now in media and stuff. Like a lot of media is like, oh, you're getting like your first league title, and congratulations, like do you think you've had it a bit easy at the Bayern? Like, bro, he's won it. This Bayern München team did not win the league title last season. He's won it.
He got coached. Oh, shit.
He's coached them to the quarterfinal. Like, put some respect on his name, isn't it? Because, like, yeah, he's not a great manager, and I don't think he's ready for the big job. But he's come into a big job, and he's held his own pretty well, and he's winning a league title. Like, they need to respect that, isn't it?
Yeah.
They had Pep out into the bio. Also do that too. Words is not afraid of Foden, let's be honest, says Das Seals.
No, he's not. But I think for me, you can build a team with Foden and him in it. You can do it,
Yeah,
but
I
it's
agree.
just can't. But Phil needs to get his sorted out. Like
Yeah,
for me,
fair
on Sunday, man, I'm not starting on Sunday. I'm on the bench again. Right?
I think if we have a Florian Wirtz in the team, it will help a bit for Foden to allow him to drop a bit deeper and to have a bit more space, because Wirtz will attract more space to himself. To lift that burden to create as well from Foden, because that's what Foden does. He's never been a creator, and we've
He can do it.
burden to create.
Yeah.
He can do it, but like this is the thing. This is the thing, yeah. A spear fighter who can use a sword is still a spearman. He can use a sword, but he's still a spearman, isn't it? So he can do something on the side, but you've got to make these players comfortable in their position. And in the tough moments when you have to find something out from nowhere, they've got to get you got to get that from Foden sometimes. Sometimes from Haaland. Look at the Tottenham game. I mean, it was disallowed. That was an incredible pass. Look at Fulham. The creation last season. The creation Haaland did at the start of the season. Sometimes you need someone that normally isn't your creator to step up and create. Foden can do that. But he can't be the main creator. That's the problem. You can't have him as the main creative guy. Do you remember the famous sunglasses of Joske Izquierdo? I miss Izquierdo, bro, because he was just a proper piss take in it. you know how some players just take the piss? Joske Izquierdo was one of them. I miss him, bro. I miss him. The black sunglasses as well, just proper black sunglasses. I'm not sure if he had them at Brighton, but at Bruges sometimes he would put on like dark sunglasses after he scored.
Bro, Brighton's first team is Izquierdo, Johanbach, and Murray up front. That was a fun team to watch, bro. And Gross midfield as well. What team that was? Is it Gross and who else was it? I can't remember who else was in the midfield, but I know it was a good team. It was a good team, and you know, and don't get me wrong, right? Opinion and Amatoma are good to watch down that left-hand side. I mean, I've watched them live before, and they're very good when they're on it. But I think you agree with me here about Brighton. There's a different point there, but Brighton, one of those teams that if they were consistently good at what they were doing, they'd be a European team every year. They would be.
Know what's funny? I'm gonna make you guess something. Who are the Who are the 3 best-selling clubs in the world? And with that I mean the 3 clubs in the past 10 years who have made the most profit from sales.
Well, I guess Brighton of the probably one of the teams.
No.
Wow. Okay. And
No. I'll tell you, you're not gonna expect the answer.
go on.
Number 1 is Lyon. Number 2, I think you know already. Number 2, come on, you know.
Is it City?
No,
Bruges.
yes,
Brugge.
number 2 in the world. Number 2,
And
Club Brugge.
isn't De Kuiper going to Juventus now? So because that's what's all today apparently.
He's a major improvement on Cambiasso if he's going there, but I don't know.
Oh dear. Thank good out.
I'm not taking the piss, bro. Like, I've seen the Kuiper do stuff in Europe And for the Belgium, he's better than Cambiasso from what I've seen. I can't lie. The Kuiper, you know what I feel with the Kuiper? I feel like he's very similar to Mechelen, a player that's just way too good for us, but he'll stick anyways.
Yeah.
Hans van Aken as well. Like, I don't think people realize how good Hans van Aken is. And I talk high praise of Club Brugge players sometimes, but I understand their limitations. Take Zolis. Da Silt wants Zolis at Bayern München. I've been telling him, he looks good in the Belgian league. Once you put him in Bayern, he's not that guy anymore.
Hans van
Aken
Aken reminds me of Ilicic. You know, Ilicic, like the guy, he was a baller at Atlanta. Him and Malinowski and that Atlanta team were fun to watch. Ilicic was one of the players that he was cool. He was like a centre forward hard. Got your goals, had the ball up well. Yeah, he was obviously not hard levels of goal scoring, but he was a good player, man. He was a good player, Ilicic. Just like I go on. Yeah. I'm remembering certain players now that I used to love watching years ago.
You know what thing is with Van Aken, yeah? I watched him boss around Real Madrid midfield with Marcelo, with Kroos,
yes.
with Modric, all three of them in their prime, and he bossed that midfield around. Like, we lost, by the way, because of a fucking bullshit red card on Vormer, which should have never been a red card.
Oh, Vormer, I remember Vormer, yeah. Remember that.
So, this guy, yeah, and I'm not taking the piss, if he wanted to play for Man City, he could have played for Man City. He could have been a Man City player, and he would have played at Man City. I'm not saying he would have been Gundogan level, but he would have been able to play minutes, to get like 20 games a season. That is how good he is, and people would have loved him. He has been Club Brugge's best player now for like, since he arrived really, which is 10 years now actually, it's 10 years. And people don't respect a lot of players that play in lower leagues. I'll tell you one thing right now, not all the best talents are in the biggest leagues. There are players in Eredivisie, in Belgian League, in Ligue 1, in Liga Portugal, who are incredibly skilled. And they just choose to stay at the same club because that's where they are comfortable. Take Simon Mignolet. I mean, Mignolet, that's a different story. He came back to us after he kind of flopped at Liverpool. But he came back to us. He's too good for that Club Brugge player, let's be honest. But, well, his kids speak Dutch. So, well, might as well settle down in Bruges. And we're not repeat while you're at it. So, by the way, Mignolet, bro. Mignolet has been injured in the past 3 games he's played. Plays a game, gets injured. Plays a game, gets injured. Yes?
Alf, I've got some news, bro. Rodrigo is set to leave Nike to join Puma.
Okay.
No, just who's Puma's? Who just wants Puma?
Well, Man City. But that's
I know.
Doesn't Real Madrid also get sponsored by Puma, or are they Nike?
Nike, if him.
Oh yeah, they're Adidas.
Oi. Look, Alf, I'm not saying if it's going to happen, by the way, but that's interesting that he's done that.
In other words, bye-bye Grealish. Bye.
Number 10 shirt, off you.
All 2 words, and then you can get the number 7 to Rodrigo. Actually, what's the number does Rodrigo wear? He wears
I'm number 7. My 7.
What number does Rodrigo wear? He's 11, right? That's Real Madrid.
Yeah, and Doc Roku. That number, it's Rodrigo. You can have this number, 99. Because how fast you are, and on pace.
You know what's funny, by the way? You know what's funny? The rules in football about what jersey numbers you can wear are incredibly vague. So a lot of players like do random stuff on them. Like there was a player who chose the kit number 1+1. 1+1 as kit number, and that was allowed. And they had to change the rules to disallow symbols like a plus, a minus, and stuff. And players just take the piss because these sketch rules, man, they're so poorly made. Like, if you actually read some of the rules in football, you realize that this was like designed by. This was designed for like 30 years ago. the rules of football actually need a major overhaul, I can't lie. But the problem is, every time people try to get overhauls for the rules of football, people are like, oh, but they have worked for years now, why change them?
Oh my god. That mentality, man.
By the way, just saying, football used to have a major change in the rules almost every 5 years before the 1980s. Since the 1980s, the 1990s, there's not been a single major rule change in football. The last major rule change was the back pass rule. It used to be almost 5 years that they changed major rules. So people who say, oh, these rules have worked for years, no, they haven't. They haven't. Football used to always have new rules and stuff coming in. Anyhow, let's talk a bit about Nottingham Forest before we close off here, and the FA Cup in general, because that's about the last hope we have. FA Cup, do you think we'll win it?
But it is right. It's hard to answer that because I think we definitely can win it. Which obviously answers the question in itself anyway. But the thing is this is where for me we'll really see where we are and how far we've come in the last month or so. Because we have definitely improved in the last 7 games. I'm not saying it's been perfect. Definitely hasn't been at all. But we're getting results now. We're grinding out more results than we had beforehand. And I just feel like we're at a point now where I think we've got to just, we've got to show that mentality and that mettle that we if you get like a big win from Sunday, right? That could carry us through the Wolves and get a result there Sunday.
1 second. Go on.
It's Sunday on. There's a game on Forest, and it's on Friday for Wolves.
Oh.
It's about a 5-day swing. Wasn't too bad.
Oh yeah, my schedule is fucked. Yeah, okay. No worries, that's fine. Yeah, Sunday then. Sunday. Sorry, my apologies. Yeah, I think we'll win on Sunday, but I think it will be tight. And I don't know if it matters. So I don't know if it matters if we have a big win or not. I think if we win, it's very big, or if we just have a small win. I think as long as we win, it really gives.
Win the game. Yeah. I'm not asking for a 5-0 win. If it happens, great. But if we're being real here, football's weird, and especially at Wembley, always a tight game, always will be. So bring it on. Bring it on Sunday.
When is the last time that it's been like, excluding 2019? When's the last time that it's really been a comfortable game at Wembley? Probably 2019, right?
Lost to Arsenal in 2020. Lost to Chelsea the year after. Lost to Liverpool the year after that. We beat Sheffield United 3-0. That was probably the last time I'd say it was quite a comfortable game. So then beat United 2-1 with a Gundogan's early goal. Remember that was a crazy game. Then last year we beat Chelsea 1-0 towards the end of the game.
You know what's funny?
Oh.
I was watching that. I watched that game with my brother in the pub. So the big games in England, they do at our local pub here, and we were late. And I was complaining, and my brother said they haven't scored yet. The game just started, so we arrived, and they scored already. So they had scored already. Major Van Aken Glaze coming. It's my job. We are winning the FA Cup comfy, says Rosa. I don't know about that. Beat Villa 3-0 in the final.
I think for me, Palace will get a result on tomorrow. I have a funny feeling Villa will go in there. If they don't, good. But I just feel like Villa are going to think, you know what? Should be a win today against Palace. Palace might have to lose this. They can go for it. Mateta's on fire right now. So Eze. It's a Wembley, big pitch. It's going to be again. Tomorrow's game will be a lot more exciting than our game will be. I think Forest City will be a proper scrappy game. It's going to be a awful game.
You know what I've noticed as well, with Forest? That like away games on a big pitch, they are a lot worse than away games on a small pitch. They're not that good on a big pitch. Like, I'm not saying they're bad on a big pitch, like they did it at Anfield, but it's like the bigger the pitch gets, the less consistent their results get. Like, go through the games they've played this season, and you'll notice a pattern. Most of their points dropped have been on big pitches. So,
No, you're right about that.
Alf's emotions are fickle as fuck. The moment Man City win a trophy, he'll be the biggest of blue.
Citizen.
Blue. I hate that term, by the way. And, like, that's so forced, isn't it?
Yeah. Happy. Yeah. 10 out of 10 season. No.
11 out
not.
of 10. Better than the treble. Better than the treble, isn't it?
To be fair, winning the FA Cup this season would be a massive achievement considering where we were in November. Like, December 2024 will be a period where we'll get Westfall. Oh, that was awful in 2 months.
You know what's a bigger achievement? Getting relegated as reigning champions while being top scorer.
That is the achievement, actually, yeah.
That was Man City in 1938.
Yeah, it was. That was a. That is. Look, again, it's not the worst season ever. There have been far worse seasons than this in our history. Way worse than this.
Of course.
That year when we went the whole calendar year without scoring a goal at the ETIHAD. That's happened before. On a stupid piss. So let's not pretend it's like, you know, this is worse. It's not. I've seen worse seasons than this. With what we're third right now. Obviously not guaranteed third. Obviously probably if the results on the weekend. But that we're definitely in the top 100, looking good, looking strong, and FA Cup semi-final on Sunday. It's a chance for us to really set a claim for a trophy this year. And we'll get one.
I think getting a trophy, like, I'm not going to be a happy clapper just because we win a trophy, but winning a trophy, well, at least it's like at least it will send you into the summit of it on good vibes, isn't it? Like, compare it to school. You know how in school, back in high school or whatever you call it in England, it's like secondary school right in England. You remember when it used to be like holidays? The day before the holiday, they always, it's like a calm day, and then it was like, yay, school's done. Yeah, I compared again to that. Have a nice day here at the end of the season. Well, there's still top 5 to 5 for it, but FA Cup is the last game of the season for me. Have a nice game to end the season off with that FA Cup. Feet up in the air, get top 5 comfy. Okay, roll on to the next. And that's what I'm hoping for, really. And then watch some women's football and forget that Man City exists for 2 months.
The thing is, for me, right, I will probably watch the game just to see how we do and see how Echeverry does and Juma does. So that probably and Macassar as well. I want to see our actions this summer. I want to see City go for it. I'm sure we will. I think for me, the announcement will probably start when players leave, probably. Because the way it's, I think Ederson will probably. I reckon first player out the door, probably Brian Bernardo, probably Ederson. For being, I think that's probably done now. I reckon.
I agree.
So, I think Costa's going to be. I reckon probably done by the middle of May. That's my prediction.
Yeah.
And I'll probably get announced once Ederson leaves, and then after go from there. So. It's going to be a summer.
You think, by the way, that there's any chance that they'll announce Florian Wirtz 1st of June? Like, because it's like a small window from the 1st of June to the 10th of June, I believe.
Mate, it seems. What? Like, just seeing at number 10 shirt, if Jackson's or, no, probably 17, number 17, Florian Wirtz. I think the limbs on Twitter would be it'd be a proper, like, because bear in mind, Wirtz isn't a Galactico yet. He's on the way to being a Galactico. I think at City he'll be the Galactico with Haaland.
Yeah, I think. By the way, he's got 11 assists this season, with man like Schick in front of him. Schick, by the way, Patrick Schick. They miss hell of chances. People, you know what's funny? Yeah, people used to disrespect these strikers 2 years ago, before Florian Wirtz had his real breakthrough season. And now they're like, oh, they're such a great strikers, they scored a lot more. Why did they score a lot more? Why did they suddenly start scoring more when Florian Wirtz had his breakthrough season? It's almost like Florian Wirtz giving them a lot of the ball. Just like Raheem Sterling scored a lot more with Bruyne. Like, you know. So sometimes a bad finisher, or well, an average finisher, should I say, can look very good when you give them a great creative player. Sometimes a great striker can look very average when he has terrible service. Like Haaland, who gets 21 league goals in like 24 games, 25 games, gets injured, and probably ends the season on 21, maybe 22 or something if he comes back at the end. Which is, by the way, his bad season. When you have bad creation. But that's nowhere near his standard of like 10 goals in 5 games.
Yeah.
By the way, Al's gonna turn off the game when Sabah gets set off. I'll just look up the highlights on YouTube, Yumaba highlights. Gotta collect some stocks in it for the bar. Anyhow. Anything else you want to say? Because we're gonna redirect this, I think, to your stream, which is in 45 minutes from now.
Yeah, about that. Yeah, no, I think that obviously, I'll invite you on that stream anyway. Because it's about a bit of time to sort of chill before we go on that stream anyway. But we'll have a chat about stuff, about other things as well. I think for me, it's just I want to end the season on a high. I think this season's been very long. We started the year with Kyle Walker as club captain. Now it's Kevin De Bruyne. He's about to leave. So it's been a crazy season. And I think we could all do with a positive end. Get into summer on good terms. I think the fact that Pep's now back with his wife now, I think is good because you can see how happy he is now. He's a lot more assured of himself now. Well, obviously, I think seeing him where he was, it was quite sad because I felt sorry for him because, like, as a human being, that's what he is. Like, managerial wise, fine, yeah, but as a human, it was so.
By the way,
for that.
You saw how much less news was about Pep being back with his wife than when they initially broke up. There was so much news when they initially broke up, and when Pep got back with his wife, like it took me like 2 days to see that. With children one, first 2 hours you already know, and like 2 days, like. People love negativity, don't they? Like you can see it even.
This season's been negative. It's negative. Everything. Oh, I'm too far from that. No. Everyone will think, oh, you too far from that. No, we don't. I hate being negative. Oh, I want to be a positive City fan all the time. It'd be great. I actually feel like, you know what? We'll smash this team. I'm up for it. I just want, all I want in the team is to play well. The trophies come with playing well. You don't deserve them. You have to actually earn your way to. You have to fight on the day to get the trophies. But it's obviously the aim of football, but it's not the be all end all football. For me, it's what my team play well. That's what I want to see, and we need to get back to the point where the fan base is less about negativity and more about just being together and getting behind the team.
You know what gives you a feeling, a good feeling about your club? Consistency. When Man City was a mid-table team, we were consistent. We weren't good, but we were consistent. Man City this season, the reason it felt terrible to watch is because it's inconsistent. When you get inconsistent stuff, you expect the high, then you get the low. You expect the low, then you get the high, and it's inconsistent. And that is what drives people up the wall, including myself. Man City, when we were a mid-table club, and maybe I can't really say it because like I was very young. I was watching Man City, but I was very young, so I didn't really care as much as I do now. But I watched Man City as a mid-table team. I knew what to expect. I knew turning on my TV, okay, Man City is probably losing, drawing today, but okay, we're gonna play some decent football. And then if we win, yay, we win. Man City, I don't know if they're gonna win, if they're gonna lose, if they're gonna get battered, if they're gonna batter someone, and that's the problem. Because you don't know what to expect, you want to hope for something, and then them hopes always get crushed. And they say it's the hope that kills you, but you know what, the amount of money that Man City spends, I'm sorry, yeah, 200 million in January, and Man City fans will defend this. Stop defending it. 200 million in January to fight for the top 5. That's pathetic. There's no two ways around it. It's pathetic to spend that much in January and be fighting for the top 5. So they better get the top 5. That's not an accomplishment. That is the only way.
The minimum.
Yeah,
expectation.
it's not an accomplishment. It's not an accomplishment. It's a requirement. And to win the FA Cup, that is an accomplishment because that's winning a trophy. So that's an accomplishment. But with the amount of failures that it's been this season, that accomplishment will feel a bit dry in retrospect. I'll celebrate, by the way, when we win the FA Cup. I will, because I think Villa might beat us. I'm not sure what to expect about that final. Watching Villa, I thought Villa would beat us in the FA Cup final. Watching Villa at the ETIHAD, bro, they're fucking dog shit. Oh my god. No offense to them, yeah. When they don't play at home, there's something wrong with that team, isn't there?
Villa Park, it's over. It's over. We're not winning. Whereas away
the
from
final
home,
is not at Villa Park, though, is it?
it's a Wembley.
It's at Wembley.
Wembley. Yeah. Yeah, look. I think for me, just the aim should be first, get to the final, the result Sunday. Forget about actually winning the bloody thing. Let's actually get to the final first, so we're actually in a position to go and win it. Then after that, a bit of a for the week. Then Wolves on Friday, get the win there. Again, yeah. The positive is now we've got one game a week, so it's actually good for us now to sort of get the momentum. And then once we get next year, hopefully get UCL football next year. We start getting 3 games in a week. Momentum build. So,
By the way,
yeah.
Most viewed Blue Friday show, as you predicted at the start of the stream, behind. I think we weren't live yet, but you predicted it will be the most viewed Blue Friday show, and it is. Very cool.
Big up everyone for tuning in.
Luke is a psychic, by the way. He predicted a bunch of results. When we did it on Blue Friday, when we went through the results, Luke got a bunch of them rights too. He got the Crystal Palace game rights too, I believe. He's a psychic.
It's because with Brentford, I know certain teams like Arsenal. I knew dead raw in that game because it's at home. Arsenal at home, apart from Real Madrid, are terrible. Apart from being us 5-1, because again we were shit at that point, and the mentality of the team was in the bin. This current team would do a lot better than that. I don't think we would beat them, but we might get a draw right now.
Yeah.
Current team. That's where I'm at with it. I think we're at a point now where we can probably draw with Liverpool and Arsenal right now, or even maybe nick a win. We're not at the bottom of the park stage yet. We're a long way from that right now, but we're better than we were 2 months ago. 100% we are.
I agree. Arsenal, by the way, is dropping off as well again. Arsenal is like they go up, they're like a wave, they go up and down.
All I'll say is on that, just get your wins. If Arsenal drop off, brilliant. If they don't, fine, but just get your wins in your games.
Second that they wake up, only.
Oh my god. Best season ever, we're better than Arsenal.
With that said, we're going to redirect now to Luke's channel, so big up to Luke for coming on again. He's going live, we're going live, because I'll be there as well, in 40 minutes.
Yeah, 9 o'clock.
What are you playing on as well, by the way? Is it just me, or is someone else coming as well?
Well, Bevo should be on with us. I think he says, look, what I'll say, it'll be us 3 minimum, depending on who else wants to come on and message anyway. It'll be us 3 anyway, so I'm good.
Bevo's going to have to deal with this miserable bastard again.
To be fair, he's anyway with me, so it's all good. Just a Belgian.
Anyhow, yeah. Big up for everyone coming in today. Watch time is through the roof again, by the way. I hope Feyenoord lose that game, by the way, against Pek Zwolle, because I like laughing at Feyenoord. I'll see you guys on the next